What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So more warning signs for Republicans. I'm going to show you there was a special election just last night. We're going to take a look at some of these different races, and then I'm going to show you the Senate map, and I'm going to show you the House map, and I'm going to show you the pathway that Democrats have to take back control of both the House and the Senate. We're going to do all of that in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. If you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so let's just get right to it. I'm going to show you a clip first. It's going to be Harry Enton. He's going to be talking about the results from yesterday's special election. So let's go and take a look. Here we go.
All right, brand new this morning. The results are in from elections and special elections. We talked about Georgia, a special election race there with a huge shift to the Democrats. The biggest we have seen in years. Also, elections in Wisconsin. With us to discuss what they mean and what they mean for you, CNN Chief Data Analyst Harriet. And I'm getting serious here because these results tell a pretty serious story in Wisconsin. Big shifts toward the Democratic Party.
Holy Toledo, holy smokes, holy cow. What are we talking about here? I mean, look at these shifts. Okay, and I want to put this into a historical perspective for you. Dems, liberal, exceeding the previous presidential vote. So in 2025, 2026 cycle, we're talking about exceeding Kamala Harris. Look at this. We're talking about exceeding Kamala Harris, the liberal candidate did, by 21 points. 21 points. And this is part of a pattern, right? In Virginia governor, we saw the Democrat there exceeding Kamala Harris by 10. New Jersey governor by 8. And this is even better than what Democrats had back in the 2017, 2018 cycles, where they were exceeding Hillary Clinton's baseline, but by 12, 4, and less than a point. So this time around, oh my goodness gracious, holy cow, holy smokes, holy Toledo. And of course, remember, Democrats took the House in 2018. And I will note that Wisconsin Supreme Court performance last night by Chris Taylor was the best for a liberal candidate in an open seat in at least 30 years.
So this was the race that we saw last night in Wisconsin, a Wisconsin Supreme Court seat, a 9-point swing there. What about Georgia in perspective? That was a special election for Marjorie Taylor Greene's House seat. Put that in perspective.
Yeah, you think a 21-point overperformance versus the Kamala Harris baseline is impressive. That ain't got nothing on what happened in Georgia. Look at this. Okay, again, putting this in perspective, 2025, 2026, U.S. House special elections. How much did the Democrats outrun Kamala Harris's baseline from 2024? Look at this. In Georgia, 25 percentage points. My goodness gracious. That beat all the other Dem overperformances, and they've overperformed in all of them. So we're even getting higher than the highest of heights. We're talking 13 in Tennessee, 7, 17 in Arizona, 7, 17 in Virginia, 11, 16 in Florida, 6, 23 in Florida, 1, and all of a sudden we're talking 25 points. The biggest Dem overperformance in the special congressional election since 2017 when Doug Jones won that Alabama special Senate election.
And let's take a look at that Georgia race just a little bit closer here, because you heard the 25-point outperformance for Democrats. And the reason why this is so important is because Trump won that district by 37 points. And so if Trump wins the district by 37 points in 2024, and now just 2 years later, we're seeing Democrat Harris outperforming what Trump did in 2024, that is showing us that there's a shift. That is showing us that voters have changed the way they're voting. So just 2 years ago, they were voting overwhelmingly in this district. They were voting for President Trump. But now you have some voters out there that are having second thoughts. And either they're not showing up to vote, or they're voting for a Democrat or voting for another candidate. And so that's why experts are saying that Democrats have the momentum. They have the momentum because voters are changing the way they're voting. They are voting against what's going on in the current administration, and they're voting for change. And also, when we go back to this Harry Enton clip here, you see on the left side here, they're saying between 2017 and 2018, that cycle, they're showing the numbers. Democrats are outperforming those numbers. And I want to remind you, in 2018, we saw Democrats in the House pick up about 40 seats. And so if Democrats back then could pick up about 40 seats, and we're seeing that Democrats are doing better in this cycle than they did back in that 2017-2018 cycle, that indicates to me that Democrats are going to have a really good showing in November in the midterm election. And The latest information that I put out there when it comes to the +1 model, when we're looking at the AI model is saying that Democrats could pick up around 70 seats. Now, I don't know if it's going to be that much. And when it comes to this AI model, I'm going to let the AI model do what it does. I want to be able to compare it to the other projections that are out there. So I'm not going to make any changes to the AI model. But that's what it's showing us right now. If there was an election today, Democrats could gain about 69 seats. That's what it's saying. And just to show you what the Cook Political Report is putting out there when it comes to the House, right now, Democrats are at about 213 seats that are either lean, likely, or solid, okay, in this category here. When it comes to Republicans in the same category, they're at about 205 seats. And so what this is telling us is the toss-ups right here, we have about 17 toss-ups in the Cook Political Report. So Democrats, in order to take back control of the House, they need to win 5 seats in this category here, in the toss-up category. So out of 17 seats, they only need to win 5. When it comes to the Republicans, it's a little bit different. Republicans, out of these 17 seats, they need to win 13. So Republicans need to win 13. Democrats need to win 5. Who do you think has the advantage right now when it comes to the House? Democrats have the advantage. Now, if we were to see a blue wave, what we're going to need to see is we're going to need to see a lot of these seats here in the likely category, or even maybe some of the solid category. We're going to need to see some of those seats be lost by Republicans and gained by Democrats. So Democrats are going to have to, we need to see some upsets here in order for us to see numbers like 40 seat change, or even a 69 or 70 seat change. We're going to need to see some of these seats that Republicans are holding right now. We're going to need to see them lose some of those seats. So that would need to happen to see a blue wave. But when it comes to Democrats right now, just looking at the latest information that we have, Democrats are in the driver's seat when it comes to the House. They should be able to take back control of the House. Now, when we look at the Senate, it's going to be a little bit different. Why? Because Democrats right now, Democrats and independents are at 47, Republicans are at 53. Republicans do have an advantage, and Democrats are going to need to have a perfect night in order to take back control of the Senate, and that's just the reality. Now, Democrats do have a few different pathways where they can take back control of the Senate, and one of those pathways would look something like this. North Carolina, if Democrats can win North Carolina, if they can win Maine, and they can win Alaska, that will bring them to 50-50. So we'll have 50 Democrats and independents and 50 Republicans. The tiebreaker goes to the vice president. So Republicans would still maintain control. So Democrats would need to win one more seat. And so when we're looking at states like Ohio, Texas, even Iowa, I think Democrats have an opportunity to pick up one of those states, to flip one of those states. I think the best opportunity for Democrats right now would be Ohio, but they could also win Texas. They can also win Iowa. But if they win one of those states, that would put Democrats and independents at 51, Republicans at 49. Democrats would take control of the Senate. And then we still have Texas out there. I think Texas is going to be a very close race. I think Tallarico has what it takes to win in Texas. We'll just have to see how the voter turnout is. But when it comes to Texas, let's just say Democrats win Texas as well. Now we're looking at Democrats at 52, Republicans at 48. And that's almost a complete flip of what we're looking at in the Senate right now. So this is going to be a very interesting race. This midterm election will be very interesting. And just seeing the outperformance by Democrats, we know that voters have changed their mind about a lot of things that have been going on. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that in these special elections. And remember, all the polling, all the stuff that we're looking at right now, this is based on information that we're receiving today. So this is based on if voters were going out today, this is how they would vote. We don't know what's going to happen in November. We don't know what's going to change. But right now, Democrats have the momentum. And now I want to pass it off to you. What are we going to be looking at in November? Do you think we're going to be looking at the House flipping to Democrats, the Senate flipping to Democrats, both, neither? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.